platform. That means you can do all of these things in one toolbox. So if you can do the email, you can do all of the rest. You can even create a mobile app, Facebook apps, forms, surveys, marketing dashboards, return on marketing investments, marketing automations, and all of these things are available in SuperOffice. So you get the leads report, you get a marketing timeline, you get trigger panels, online reports, and we use only native SuperOffice functions, so tasks, selections, projects, interests, and whatnot. All in one platform. So where do we add value? Well, first of all, the marketing automations. The ability to create a customer journey that is completely custom to you and the behavior of your customers. So if they click on product A, you better follow up with more information on product A over time. So instead of just sending a mass email to everybody, you make sure that the customer journey adapts to the behavior of the individual customers and prospects visiting your marketing material. And at all times, keep SuperOffice up to date. Dear salesperson, now this person has done that, maybe it's a good time to call them, or create a sale, or add them to a project, or whatever it is. We have the lead report inside SuperOffice. This is where hot new leads end up. So we didn't just throw data at the CRM. Companies or contacts that we do not know yet, we put them on the leads report and give the sales reps some context about what these leads have been doing, what they're up to, which one is the hottest lead right now. And from this report, they can, with one click, create the company, create the contact, create the sale directly in SuperOffice. So this is where sales managers or pre-sales teams gatekeep the CRM. We have the marketing timeline. From any screen where you see a person in SuperOffice, you can click the marketing timeline and you can see exactly what this person has done on your website, emails, forms, web apps, social, whatnot. You get a complete overview. You get the social platforms where the person is active, so you can dig into his Twitter feed and see if he's asking questions about your products and services. You have, on every piece of information we throw into SuperOffice, we always have a detailed preview of what has been going on. So if there's a task for me to call a customer, you can just click on the web panel, you can see why did this task end up here. Okay, he opened this email and he clicked the order brochure link. That is why he's here. You also get the web visits, so if he's been on your website browsing for products, you see the visit history, so you can see which pages did he visit, how long time was he there, and so on. And finally, we have trigger forms, which we call the remote control for the sales team. These are forms that you can put on mini cards or web panels that make things happen inside eMarketer. So it's like giving the SuperOffice users a remote control to the marketing processes, customer onboarding, meeting evaluations, event invitations. You can throw these onto trigger forms. You select a person, the form is pre-populated, you can fire away the process and set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about that. So basically, we want to make sure that everything a lead or a customer does, or an event survey invitee or event participant, whatever they do, we want to make sure that it's in the CRM. Like you used to tell sales and account managers, if it's not in the CRM, it never happened. I know that's not how you mandate or implement CRM. But we are telling the marketing team, if it's not in the CRM, it never happened. And we make sure that all of the marketing stuff is in the CRM. So that is in 10 minutes. eMarketer and the Explorer, come visit our stand for more info.
So yes, any questions for any of these, do visit it at the exhibitor stand or grab them after this session and explore. Aina?
I already lost my breath and I start talking again. Thank you, Klaus. Wonderful. I'm the CEO of Business Analyze, and I'm going to show you a complete new solution today, which we are actually launching next Tuesday. Before we do that, SuperOffice helped us reaching the clouds. We started our travel in the cloud and launched our cloud offering. Camilla Bowman was the godmother of this event in March 2016. I wish we had done that sooner, because after we launched this, we have had a tremendous growth in the annual recurring revenue stream. And in fact, the last 2.5 years, we have more than doubled the revenue stream that we first used 14 years to create. So we're very thankful and thank you for SuperOffice for helping us up in the cloud, starting with that. Our cloud solution, which is dashboards, reporting, analytics, and slideshows, actually, towards the data, is a business intelligence solution. And we can run against both CRM Online and on-site, on-premises versions of SuperOffice. And the customer is split with 52% running towards the CRM Online. But as we can see, many of our customers start with Business Analyze in the cloud before they actually move up to SuperOffice in the cloud. That's interesting. And they see that it works in the cloud, so they also move SuperOffice eventually. What we try to help our customers to provide is a data-driven sales culture. I won't tell much about that today, because we have just got 10 minutes, as it was said. But we have our customers tell us that we give significant benefits to them. Some of the customers are here today. Look, what man are you here? And what is the pain, most significant pain for all sales managers at least, is to give accurate forecasts. They have achieved that. Puzzle are also here today. And they say they started with messy unreliable CRM data, but also used Business Analyze to help get better quality of data. And also getting better accuracy on the forecast. Household Control, they are a 3-digit growth company. This is a pure SaaS company, cloud company. They also use Business Analyze. And we are just have them testing the new solutions that I'm going to tell you about now, which is data-driven sales coaching. This will be available in our cloud offering only, and it will be a part of the standard package for Business Analyze towards SuperOffice. So all of you that are already using us in the clouds, you can look forward to this. And it's going to be launched on Tuesday next week, as I said. And sales coaching. It's probably the most, it really has an impact, both on the results and on the happiness in the sales department. It really works. And those are using about 3 hours of sales coaching per rep per month. Some of them reach 161% more wins than they do without, and have a 26% larger pipeline than teams that don't use sales coaching. That's interesting. You need to have the right tools to do so, and we also have some steps to ensure that you will succeed in doing this. I have time to go through this now, of course. This is an overview of some of the tools in our new solution. It don't look like this, of course. This is from the drawing board, but I can give you some examples. Everybody is using the pipeline, or should be at least. But what are the requirements for the pipeline? So that's another matter. So we have started with this. If I can find some very good points. Yeah. Try to make it product. If you have a budget, sorry, of 2.5 million, you have 11 sales months, because 1 month are not there because of the holidays. That means that you have a budget per month for this example for 227 Norwegian crowns. If we look at the facts, since you all are running SuperOffice and you're doing it nicely, we can see what are the history of these figures. Number of cases closed, what are the hit rate, what are the average value of the orders, what are the lead time in days and in months. This actually gives you the requirements for the pipeline, both what you have to put into this and how the total should look like. With these figures, you should put in 300,000 in new sales processes in your pipeline every month, and it has to be at least 4 of them, because the risk is too high. And the total pipeline you should have is 1.88 million, and you should have a total pipeline with consists of 22 sales processes. This is based on your own figures. So, I don't need anybody to tell me how much I have to put in here. You already established that in the meeting between the sales leader and the sales rep. This is the new registered processes in SuperOffice, amount and number of sales. It's the same figure here, but here I have the target. So I can see this is the target I have to meet in new processes every month to be able to deliver my figures. And this is the number of cases as well. And in this way, you can spend the time on how can I get more leads? How can I fill up my pipeline rather than how are my pipeline doing? And we do the exact same thing for the total pipeline. And Klaus has already shown us how we can fill it, so we just have to measure it now. That's nice. Once you have got this established, sales velocity is another matter. And how to improve on representatives that are filling their quotas easily, how to get them to get even higher. Give an example. First of theory. Sales velocity consists of how many cases are you able to close in a month? What are your hit rate? What are the average sum of your orders? And last but not least, what are the lead time from you started the process to you get it finished, lost or won? This gives you the sales velocity, which means money per month. Within this, it looks like this. This is a screenshot. And it's very, very interesting to see how these figures could be altered and what to gain from that. Here are the actual figures for this person. 23 closings per month, hit rate of 33, 40,000 average order, lead time 90, and account per month 100,000. If we were to put the lead time from 90 days to 80 days, that should be very possible if you are good at setting progress to your cases. That's an 11% bettering in the lead time. Let's simulate that. Now it's down to 80 days. The impact per month is 12,000. It's a change of 12%. The effect for a year is 150,000. And if you have 10 sales reps that this company has, total impact of that little alteration is 1.5 million. And if you do something with the other stuff here, should be good. Okay. If you stop giving that 5% discount and increase the average order by 5%, in addition to the things you did with the lead time, you passed 218,000 a year per rep. So it had tremendous impact. So focus on one of those factors at a time, and things get moving, I can assure you. So, I guarantee you, if you start focusing on this, you will have a top-line growth. With a 95% accuracy, as I said it. You have more accurate forecasts. I don't show you that, but this is one of the takeaways from this. And it's easier to onboard salespeople, and it's easier to develop salespeople. And as I told you, just send me an email if you want to know more about this. And we also start with the Norwegian webinars on Tuesday next week. But just tune into our websites and you will see it there. Thank you.
Wow, there's things going on, eh? I'm delighted to welcome next speaker, please.
Thank you. Hi everyone, my name is Louise Robinson, and I am very happy to represent Keyforce in this short session. I look forward to share some information about Keyforce as a company, some of the challenges that our customers are facing, and how we provide them with a solution for that with our standard integrations. Sorry about that. Yes, so just like SuperOffice, Keyforce is a Norwegian company, and over the past 10 years we've been market leading when it comes to integration between SuperOffice and various accounting systems. We are 26 employees, and many of us with long experience from either the CRM field working with SuperOffice or the ERP field working with, for example, Visma. And that makes it possible for us to provide deep knowledge, not only around integration, but also to provide great understanding when it comes to the whole process. We have offices in Norway, Denmark, and Sweden, and we have so far delivered integrations to more than 1,600 companies and 17,500 users. We have made integrations to a number of ERP systems, as you can see in this list, and you will of course find them in SuperOffice App Store. Our customers expect our integrations to be easy to initially set up, easy to maintain, work seamless with SuperOffice, and of course to be easy to use. And we provide that with our standard out-of-the-box integrations. Since we have limited time, I will try to keep this short and sweet and on a high level, and I would like to share some of the most common challenges that our customers are facing, how we provide them with a solution for that, the values that brings to the customer, and a little bit about how that works. So many companies reach out to us because they spend a lot of time searching for information in separate systems. They also struggle with inaccurate data and manual processes, and they want to improve their customer service. We provide them with our ERP Synchronization, where we actually connect SuperOffice to the customer's accounting system, and sometimes also quote integration, so we can create quotes directly from SuperOffice. And the value that brings to the customer is that they save a lot of time, since they can find all information in SuperOffice. They can also get a better daily work experience because they can view and do everything within SuperOffice, and they don't have to spend time in different systems. And since they update information in one place and then the information will be automatically synchronized, we will also receive better data quality. And it is of course easier to provide excellent customer service if you're being served relevant information. So this is how it works. Let's start with ERP Synchronization. It's a two-way real-time integration where we can integrate customers, contacts, projects, and suppliers. We can add information, so we can look directly into the accounting system and see if there are any open entries, the invoices that we send to the customer, and the orders that we've placed. We can also create a customer directly from SuperOffice. So when a prospect becomes a customer, we can, with just a click, transfer that information to the accounting system. And we can, of course, set some rules around that to make sure that the information we send to the accounting system is relevant. And all our integrations are made within the SuperOffice application, so that means that we can also, when we initially set up the integration and when we maintain it, we can do that directly from SuperOffice settings and maintenance. And this is what it looks like. I'm sure you're all familiar with the SuperOffice interface, and we quite simply add functionality into SuperOffice. So where it says ERP and the dot, that shows that this customer is connected to the ERP, to the accounting system. So if it's a prospect, there will be no dot, and if the customer is connected, there will be a dot. And in the upper right corner, in the mini card, we also serve detailed information from the accounting system. And we can show a visual graph so we can follow the customer's progression over time, up to 5 years. And in the web panel, we can see directly into the accounting system, so we can see the open entries, we can see the orders that we've placed, and also the invoices. And of course, if we want to look for more details, we can click, for example, on an invoice, and then we will receive some more detailed information about that. As I mentioned, all our integrations are made within the SuperOffice application. So this is actually in SuperOffice settings and maintenance. I'm sure you're all familiar with that. So this example shows when we connect a customer, we can do the same for a supplier, a project, a contact person, etc. So we quite simply click which field in SuperOffice should connect to the field in the accounting system, and which way should the information be synchronized. Some customers use ERP Synchronization standalone, and some choose to add the quote integration. And quote integration is quite simply an extension to SuperOffice quote. But when we create the quotes in SuperOffice, we do that based on the correct prices and products and even customer-specific discounts directly from the accounting system. So we make sure that we always put the latest information up to date directly in the quote. And once the customer is happy about the quote, we can also transfer the order directly into the ERP system. Let's see if I have the time to share just one more challenge. Some of our customers have a lot of sales reps or employees that are on the go with limited time in the office to create quotes and place orders. So they end up with handwritten notes, sometimes the wrong prices in the quotes, and they also end up with double registration. So the solution we provide for them is our In Order. And In Order helps our customers to save a lot of time. We also make sure that the quotes that we send to the customer includes the correct prices on products and customer-specific discounts. And we can also close the deal directly in the meeting with the customer. And this is how it works. We can create new quotes, and we can also work on existing quotes. Sitting in the customer meeting, we can bring our tablet, and then we can complete the quote, and the customer can put their signature directly on the tablet, and then we can place the order directly from the tablet as well. So it will be transferred into the accounting system. In Order is available for iPad, Android, and also for Windows 10. And in addition to these standard apps that I've mentioned so far, we also have a number of additional apps. I don't have the time to go in detail when it comes to those, but we have, for example, industry-specific solutions. We support PIM, SMS, and SO Fast Track, and I would like to encourage you all to come and visit our stand, and we will be happy to show you. Yes, so thank you so much for listening.
Keeping their time, but it's very, very interesting, so definitely do visit their stand. The next one is Philip.
All right, can you hear me?
No.
No? Okay. Should I do something?
No.
No. Okay.
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Now can you Great. So let me be the first one who sort of go over the time then. I have 30 minutes. Well, Philip is my name, so I'm representing eye syndrome. So I'm gonna do a really quick one on who we are, but also I'm gonna present the apps we are currently doing and soon to come. So I have a tight schedule too. I'll not talk as fast as you. I think it's impossible, but I'll try to speed things up. So who we are, eye syndrome. Been here for like 20 years, I think, within SuperOffice. And it's a pleasure to be here every year. Good work, SuperOffice. So eye syndrome was founded in 2012, and we are about 15 people. And most of them are developers. Basically, and we are 2 within sales and marketing, and then we are 4 people basically taking care of the other 11. And we are only in Sweden, Stockholm, Gothenburg, and recently we starting up in Umeå, which is a northern town of Sweden. So that's us. And today, these are the apps we have currently we're working on in the App Store. And today I'm going to focus on this one. It's going to be tight anyway, because it's 3 rather big ones, I must say. But one is available. I don't know how many has tested Salesboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. Potential. All right, and then I'm going to talk a little bit with GetAccept, which also is in the room. So we have 2 people here, Vilma and Jonathan, that is currently, they work in GetAccept. So please get hold of them if you want to talk more. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about BizNode Business Contact, which is a solution for adding address data into SuperOffice. All right, so Salesboard, it's been there since May, I think. And basically, this is what it is, a pipeline tool for salespeople. So it's a Kanban board style, and I guess most people that do development or project lead or these kind of things really know this kind of tools, Jira, and yeah, it's a bunch of tools that you sort of just drag and drop your current activities and see the progress. So we wanted to give this to the salespeople because obviously they are in pain. They don't really have knowledge about the pipe, as you all know. So how to get knowledge of the pipe and where I am and so on. So this is Salesboard, and in the top there you can see actually current sales statuses that you have as you know, when you configure SuperOffice, you configure different sales processes. And we just put them over there so the sales guy can sort of choose what kind of sales type they want to look into in the pipe. And then also down here we have the Kanban then. So this is basically my, as a sales representative, my open sales in the different statuses that you all know that they work according to. Yeah, and basically then it's just a drag and drop kind of way here to sort of see which ones that are in the early phase, which one are in the closing phase, etc. And also obviously it's a good tool for coaching in that sense. And obviously we wanted to make it a little bit easier to create new sales also in SuperOffice. You see that we lack a lot of information that is currently standard in SuperOffice. And it's not the tool that's sort of taking away SuperOffice, obviously. It's just making it a little bit easier for those who sort of want that. So you create a sale, and then you sort of drag and drop into the right status, basically. Very easy, I would say. And salespeople tend to like easy. The last feature we have sort of added recently is what we call management view. We're going to build more features into this, but basically just to give a manager the possibility to see the complete pipe. So remember, this is basically for the sales guy. What we do there is basically to give the sales manager the possibility to see all sales in one big chunk or a specific group. So this is basically the Salesboard. I will not go further into it. It's on the App Store. You can sort of, as a partner, you can test it out, etc. The other thing, maybe the biggest thing here is the GetAccept. Anyone has knowledge about GetAccept? Do you know what it is? All the SuperOffice persons, I guess, yes, because you use it. It's basically a tool for e-signing, but a lot more, I would say. So I will just go with a video, you know, one of these cool videos with a lot of music and a lot of cartoons. So let's see if how I do that. I just need this, I guess, or return. No, that was not the trick. How do I play? Nah. I know. Huh? I promise, it's nice cartoon and it's a lot of good music. Sorry? PC mousepad. No, didn't really work, did it? Or does it work? Okay, so I'll just dance a little bit and I sing and I do some things here, but okay. All right, we take the next picture instead. I'll try to explain, but what it is it's more than the electronic signing and this procedure. So it's a complete tool that sort of gives the user the possibility to maybe do a little bit what you talked about earlier here in Business Analyze. I mean, most of a salesperson's sales is just floating. You talked about changing that, the lead rate, etc., and these kind of things. And what GetAccept does is that it gives the salespeople a possibility to see where you are in the sales process. It measures basically everything with a document that you send. So if you have sent a quote or just the meeting minutes or whatever, you can actually directly see in this tool if the person you send it to, if they have opened it, if they have printed, if they have sort of sent it to someone else. So it gives the salesperson super control. It's a great tool for give the salespeople a lot of control, which is hard to get these days. Obviously, they have a lot of other features. So I mean, they have nice looking HTML templates. So things looks very good when you send it. And also the video. I know I'm one of these guys that sort of video. Should I show myself or these kind of things? But I mean, this is really coming. And if you're looking into social media, it's just exploding. So I mean, if you want to do something remarkable and stand out, video is the thing. And in this tool, you have this part of the application. And again, the document analytics, I mean, they track everything, so it gives you feedback about this. So what we have done is that we have put this in SuperOffice, just an example. This is a sale dialogue. You put the people that you want to send this to, the signer and the prover, and what kind of technique you want to do, if you want to have the click to sign or something else. You choose a template, either from SuperOffice, a GetAccept, or from your local PC if you want to send a document from there. And you load it into the SuperOffice. And you type something good, and you put a video if you want to stand out. And this is the preview, how it will look into before you send it. So you get a preview here, and then you send this, and this comes as a SMS to the customer, and also an email, obviously. And afterwards in SuperOffice you can see the status. I mean, reviewed. It means that the person has opened it and reviewed the document. So it's a sales rep, you can see that. And this is how it looks for the customer. They get an SMS and they open the document and they can sign it directly in the phone. And you, as a user, you have your pipe here and you can interact with the customer directly via chat, etc. So it's also minimizing the gap between, the communication part. And obviously, what we do, the last thing is that when they have signed, we put the signed document in SuperOffice, and all the legal stuff is obviously in the document, right? So super smooth and simple, really simple. That was GetAccept, and talk to us and talk to GetAccept too. Obviously, we are here. Very, very cool tool. So 1 minute about Bisnode. I think most of you maybe have heard about Bisnode, but what we have done is to make an interface to the last. They have released a new API that makes it possible to reach all their companies in Europe. So it's about 46 million persons and companies, basically. So it's going to be available in SuperOffice soon, within a month, I think. And basically you can sort of prospecting, you can add the decision makers and the companies that you search. And obviously you get all these kind of things that better quality of data, you don't really need to find, type in on these kind of things. So a lot of sense using these kind of tools. And just shortly how it looks. This is basically where you search. You get a list, and you can sort of collect the ones you want into your shopping cart, and then you add them to SuperOffice, and that's it, basically. So that is Bisnode, and it comes in yeah, I hope in 4 weeks it's on certification now, and I Get Accept is WatchCon have it on their hands, so soon enough I hope. Right, was it 10 minutes? 10 minutes, all right. Okay, that's it for me.
We can do everything, right? We have one more speaker here.
No, sorry. Oh. No, Pierre.
Side shot, I'm so sorry. Anders, come on.
Hi guys, thank you so much, Katrine. I'm still here. And what's my name? Thank you. Yeah, hi guys, my name is Anders Dyr. I'm a co-founder and sales responsible for SiteShop. I will tell you just a little about SiteShop, and then I'm a humble man. I am, everybody knows that, so I will focus on just one app that we released this summer. So, first of all, a bit about SiteShop. We built standard apps for SuperOffice CRM, online first, of course, always. No one-offs, only standard apps. I heard somebody today tell you guys that was a good idea, so we did that. And our focus is basically integration to SuperOffice, connect information from your company into SuperOffice. And there's a really good reason for that. First of all, if we could boil this down in one sentence, this is what we do. So, and if you're just a bit like me, you would all wish that all the companies in the world, they opened one application when they got to work in the morning. SuperOffice, of course, right? Yeah, right. So, but as you all know, these companies, of course, have very important customer information in other systems as well. We've been doing this since '99. I think we started the company just the day I graduated high school. And I've been trained to do this. This is what I do. So over the years, we've seen these different data systems, and we want to make all these information available in SuperOffice. Of course, we have our accounting systems, we have marketing automations, we have commercial databases, as you can see as well, and also just regular data in SQL databases, text files, and all that stuff. So we've built standard apps that are available in the SuperOffice App Store today. And if you remember the speed talker from the beginning, Klaus, the hot topic of today, one of the hot topics of today is leads. Of course it is. It's super important. It's so important that you need more options in the App Store for handling this. So I will focus on our new app, which is on the App Store today, by the way, called Leadenhauser. Sorry. Just kidding. Okay, so how many guys do sales here? How many people do sales? Yes. Yeah, it's really tough, isn't it? It's like the hardest job in your company, isn't it? You agree? Yeah, because we spend so much time wasting time on calling people we don't know who wants, maybe they want to buy, maybe they don't want to buy. So phone calling rarely turns into a sale. So of course we turn to leads. We want to get some help, so we contact the right prospects. So we do campaigns, we do advertising, we hold seminars like this, and maybe we can get some interested people contacting us. And of course, we have a website. Website is where potential buyers, they look for our company, they look for products, they compare prices, compare features. So of course, our website is the most important lead generator we have. Did you know? I didn't, so I called Gartner and they told me this, that most of the people that visit your website that you don't know, of course you know some of them, but the ones you don't know, oh, sorry, that's the next slide. Did you know that most of the sales, like 93% of all B2B sales, start online? So even though you have a product that's not digital, even though it's tires, whatever, it always starts online. And most of those, some of those we know from campaigns, newsletters, web forms, all that stuff. But there's a whole bunch of visitors we don't know. This is, of course, very interesting. So we put a phone number on our website. Surely they will call us. They see our phone number, they will call and buy. That's unfortunately not the case. Actually, only 5% of the unknown customers visiting your website will contact you. So there's really, this is really important to try to identify those guys visiting our website. So what do? Well, of course, we contact Lead Enhancer. Lead Enhancer is a Swedish-based company that simply identifies all the anonymous B2B visitors on your website and turns it into real data like company names and phone numbers and addresses and economical stuff like that. So we can generate new leads from that, but we will also get information into existing customers. What are they looking at on our website? Okay, so just really quick, it's IP-based lead tracking. So it tracks a small script on your website that tracks the IP addresses. And then it takes all the IP addresses and it makes it into company names and real data in cooperation with Bisnode. And what you get is simply much better information, so you can time your sailing effort. So you know, okay, this company could be ready to buy now, or this is a completely new prospect that we should call now because they looked at our product for like the last 10 days. Let's contact these. So if only there was a way to get all this great information into SuperOffice. That's what we need. So of course there is. It's easy. You go to the SuperOffice App Store, of course, and you sign up for the Lead Enhancer app. This is like the quickest sketch I could do. This is your website. It's beautiful, nice design. You pull IP addresses. The Lead Enhancer script gets IP address for that. It turns it into accessible and relevant leads, and you get it available straight in SuperOffice. And what do you get besides the right leads at the right timing? Well, you get to see for all the contact cards you have in SuperOffice, you get visit history. You get a good overview in a chart and a dashboard I'll show you in a minute. You get a detailed list where you can pick the interesting leads, of course, and import them into SuperOffice. And not only that, you can also assign appointments to your different sales reps. So you can see, okay, this company visited our website a few times, asked for this product. Oh, so I think Christopher should know this. So when he meets with the company, he has some knowledge about it. Okay, I will just, for the rest of the time, I have no clue. Okay, it's here, I see. So yeah, I have 15 minutes left. That's weird. I have no clue. So I'll just spend 3 more minutes. Okay, good. We want you to do exactly what you're doing every day. We don't want to change very much in your work day. So we have this very integrated and unintrusive way of showing you that the company you're looking at in SuperOffice, like you do today, you look for activities and the request, and maybe you have a pipeline, you can go through all that stuff, but you can also, of course, see the web history or the visit history straight in SuperOffice. You can see which page they visited and for how long time, and you can even, if you like to, you can save that specific visit as an appointment in SuperOffice, so we know that they visit the specific page at a time. And then, of course, you can do selections and dashboards as you do in SuperOffice to use this information on a larger scale. And if you don't want to go through each of your companies, you can go to the chopper and see this in a different perspective. And here you can see some of the information from the Lead Enhancer. And as you can see, I have selected a filter, so it helps me that today I want to contact, or I want to see all the visitors from Sweden, what they did on my website. And I can see people, companies I know from SuperOffice compared to companies I don't know in SuperOffice. And if I want to maybe get some of those companies into SuperOffice, I go to the list, I see a list which ones I can choose, and I simply import it, add the company to SuperOffice. Maybe add it to a selection, maybe I don't. Before I import it, I can just get the page view, so I'm sure that this is very interesting for the products I want to sell. Right. Companies already found in SuperOffice, we can add activities, and that's the last thing I'm going to show you. So now we've selected SuperOffice RB, which obviously is in my SuperOffice, and I just assigned this activity to Christopher, who will contact SuperOffice AB and ask them if Lead Enhancer maybe is interesting for them. and of course it's in their calendar. And all this you will get today, you can get today on the SuperOffice App Store, and these are the pricing. There's a light edition and there's a full edition, and I will tell you much more about that when you visit me outside. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's all happening in the App Store, I would like to say. And the last one now is Pierre. Yes. He's just going to change his ear. I know he had to have his own.
Yeah, a little special one. I know.
Anyways, I hope you have found this interesting so far. I certainly have, and also know that we'll share all these presentations, and of course, you have all our partners outside after this.
Yeah. Okay, so welcome. Let me first see if the audio is working. Hold on. Perfect. So it is working. Very nice and interesting to be the last speaker of today. So quite a burden on my shoulders. So let's start the presentation. Welcome to the lightning talk of InfoBridge, a 10-minute session where I give you some more information about InfoBridge and the things we do for SuperOffice. So, InfoBridge Software, a Dutch software company, tulip windmills, and we always have a lot of rain in Holland. Founded in 2003 by former SuperOffice employee. We are an official ISV for SuperOffice and Visma. All the sales is done through our valuable partners. We have a dedicated support desk with two guys helping you out with questions. We are serving over 6,000 SuperOffice customers worldwide for on-premise solutions and online solutions. And very cool, most likely you will know us from the Nebula Synchronizer. At the moment we are synchronizing 24/7 a day, 14,000 individual calendars. So that is really cool, and be nice to me, otherwise we 2 o'clock. Thank you. So my name is Pierre van Mever. I'm one of the founders of InfoBridge. Well, started 15 years. I'm also a former SuperOffice employee, and I'm a pretty good listener to my wife, as you see, and I love gadgets. So what we do with InfoBridge, actually we supercharge SuperOffice, SuperOffice CRM Online. And we have several cloud apps available today in the App Store. We got the Calendar Synchronizer, our integration platform called the Data Bridge, Google Places Document Viewer. But for this 10-minute session, I had to select 2 cool products. And about these products, I'm going to tell you a little bit more. But so when you look at our solutions, what they do, we will always try to make to work with SuperOffice is already fun, but we always try to make it even more fun with our solutions by helping customers saving time and in the end also, of course, saving costs, which result in being supercharged with SuperOffice. So let me move on to the 2 products I want to highlight in this 10-minute session. I'm going to talk about the Nebula Google Places, where we have integrated the Google search directly into the SuperOffice environment. And I'm going to talk about the activity folders. People love to work with folder structures, for example in Outlook. And now you have a way to also use the folder structure directly in SuperOffice. So Google Places. What is it? It enables you to have always updated addresses available directly in SuperOffice, because every company makes sure that his address information is correct on Google, and so we tap into this correct information. It is fully integrated into the SuperOffice user interface, and you will see it in a second. You just start typing and the address will be filled in. And the good news is, well, Google is not limited, so you have access to worldwide data. And nice to mention, when we presented this product earlier this year, we got some good comments from, hey, for us in Norway, the VAT number or the organizational number is very important. So when you search for a Norwegian address, we automatically contact the Brønnøysund register, I hope I pronounced it right, to retrieve the VAT information directly. So, movie time, let me show you. Remember, people hate entering addresses manually. Normally, you start copying it over, and when you copy information over, errors can occur. And well, with the Google Places, that is something of the past. All the movies do not play. Interesting. Hold on.
I can help you.
Oh, you can help me?
Business case, I want to add the Radisson Blu Hotel on Schiphol Airport to SuperOffice. When I type a few letters, all the Radisson hotels in the Netherlands are displayed. This information is coming straight from the Google servers. When selecting the right hotel, all the information is automatically inserted in the right fields in SuperOffice. Based on the country set on the company card, Google Places automatically uses this as a searching parameter to narrow your search. So now let's add the Radisson on the Holbertsgate in Oslo. Searching with Google has the advantage that fuzzy search is supported. This means you don't have to exactly type what you are searching for. So let's find a hotel in Eindhoven called Tulip. As you can see, adding new owner-verified addresses directly in SuperOffice is as easy as searching on Google.
Well, how cool is that? I love it. Okay, on to the Nebula activity folders. What I already shortly mentioned in the introduction, people love to be organized. And when you look at the typical Outlook user, they have created a lot of folders where you organize all these important emails. So that's why we have created the activity folders where you can organize all these lengthy activity lists and documents into your own folder structure within SuperOffice. But remember, I told you we try with our apps to save you time. So the filing of activities and documents can be done automated. Based on the activity type or document type, an activity can be moved automatically to the right folder already. And of course, you do not want to set up the folder structure each time. So you can create a template with a folder structure already in it, and you can apply the template to a project or to a certain company. Of course, it is flexible. Adding, renaming folders can all be done, just like as you do in Outlook or in Windows Explorer. And of course, drag and drop is supported. And the nice thing is, within a folder, you can even search for a document. So let me show you a business case where a construction company is working with a lot of activities, and then you will get the idea.
Their constructions are managed by using the project functionality in SuperOffice. This is a typical project which consists out of project members and quite a lot of documents. As you can imagine, finding the right document can be cumbersome. Let me show you how the activity folders helps this contractor to get their documents organized. The user selects the new activity folders tab, Here the user has a choice to create a folder structure based on a predefined template or to create the folders manually. Let's pick a predefined template so the folders will be created automatically. A message box will appear indicating that documents are found which are not placed in the right folders yet. By pressing the OK button, all the documents, based on the document type, will be moved to the right folder. Just like you are familiar with Outlook folders or Windows Explorer folders, you can navigate through the folders by clicking the folder name. You can collapse subfolders by clicking the little arrow in the folder tree. When creating new documents, these documents will be automatically identified if they are not archived in the right folder. The user creates a new document in SuperOffice. As soon when the user switches to the Activity folder panel, the user receives a notification that a document has been found which was not archived yet. By pressing the OK button, the document is moved to the right folder. Good to know, the administrator can set up which document type should be automatically filed in the right folder. Uncategorized document types are placed in the root and can be moved by using the drag and drop functionality. If the user has sufficient rights, the folder structure can be easily changed for this project by using the Configure button. It is possible to remove, rename and position folders in the folder tree. The administrator creates a new folder, so the document in the root can be moved to the new approval folder. The user selects the document and uses the drag and drop functionality to move the document to the right folder. Some additional functionality is available. For example, it is possible to search for documents within a folder. For each column, the user can click the little filter button and select a criteria to search on. Second, the user can also choose to have the folder structure displayed in a separate window. This makes navigation through the folders or organizing documents by using drag and drop even more easier.
So, what do you think? Easy? So, I'm almost at the end of my session, so ready to do some construction. Tomorrow we have a very interesting hands-on session with Nebula Databricks. Time's up. So, short recap, InfoBridge. We have several cloud apps available, and what I mean with cloud, nothing to install, everything is 100% cloud. Customers can try before they buy our products. For our partners, all our cloud products are free to use internally. And remember, we have you covered. A professional help desk, we have a knowledge base system, and there's always a friendly person to help you on the phone. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you all for spending this hour with us and listening. I hope you have enjoyed it. Outside there will be some refreshments, and obviously we have a good night where we can talk and share more experiences and hopefully learn more from each other as the rest of the evening goes. See you all later.